Okay. All right. So I already bought 6 of these, guys. I wasn't taking any chances because I love azaleas. 400 already ordered. I have a morning sun front yard. So the front of my house, I don't plant things in there that want a lot of hot sun. And these azaleas like the sun, unlike typical azaleas that you pretty much need to keep in the shade. But these will do well if they get some sun. Or, Devin, come on in here. These can be in a sunny spot, right?
Yes, they can. Okay, before we talk about where they grow, I just got to say, all right, imagine you've made it to the perfect world where an azalea doesn't just bloom for 2 weeks and then it looks kind of like blasé for the rest of the year.
It's green.
Imagine an azalea that blooms in the springtime, giving you that magical flower like you love and adore.
Yes.
But then it blooms again in the summertime. But then it decides, all right, let's bloom again in the fall time.
Yeah, it just keeps going till frost.
It just keeps going.
The perfect azalea.
They're not your average flowers either. These are double-petaled,
double fluffies,
soft pink flowers.
Double fluffies, and you get them spring, summer, and fall, everyone. So
yes,
I know when I love the spring because azaleas are everywhere. My mom lives in North Carolina. The town that she lives in is called Southern Pines. There's some of the year azaleas everywhere. Azaleas everywhere. Like everybody's got them all over their yard, and then it's like 2 weeks later, they're gone.
Everyone's yard looks the same. It looks green.
There's no more flowers. So I love an azalea that will keep coming back and back and back, and that's what this one's going to do. Okay, so these are brand new today. These are from proven winners. You guys know that means these are the best of the best.
Yes.
These are going to perform for you. You're not going to have any trouble with these. This blooms again in the summer and all the way till frost. Let me just make sure I'm saying, I wrote these notes down from Uncle Eric, but you can correct me and Eric if we're wrong. So part to full sun, Devin, check.
Check.
Okay. They're going to get 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Check.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a great size, and we love that size.
Yes, so they're not going to get too big. They're not going to cover up your front windows if you want to put them in front of the house like I do. I have 2 big limelight trees, as I said. Guess what's under those trees in that partly sunny area? Azaleas and hydrangeas. Azaleas and hydrangeas. And now I'm going to have azaleas blooming the same time as the hydrangeas. I can't wait.
It's incredible, and there's so many other amazing things about this plant. First and foremost, this is a color that never fades. And that's really important because many azaleas, if you are trying to find a winter hardy azalea, which this is winter hardy azalea down to zone 6, most of the winter hardy azaleas have thin petals. They're never double petaled like ours are, and they're often in really dull, boring colors that aren't very exciting. So there's honestly, it's perplexing, it's mind-boggling at how many different kind of azaleas you can find out there. But why has Roberta's never offered an azalea in the last 10 years? Because we just couldn't find anything that was up to our standards until we found this Perfecto Mundo double flowering pink azalea, and we've done so. We've done it the right way. We're shipping you a large 1-gallon pot just like this, straight to your door, free of charge. And the fact that these only grow around 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, consider getting 3 or 4 of these.
Yes,
they're
or
a
6.
classic.
Six,
yeah,
like
they're
I
a
got
classic
6.
foundation plant. Say that again?
I said, don't just get 3 or 4, get 6. I got 6 because they're going to look so gorgeous. And the other thing is they're disease and pest resistant. So don't worry that now you're going to have flowers in the summer and here comes the beetles and the lace bugs and all. You don't have to worry. Your azaleas are going to keep blooming and growing. You also don't have to feel like if it starts raining, you need to run out there with an umbrella and put it over your azalea plant, because guess what? Most azaleas, when it rains, all the flowers fall off. It's like, okay, first of all, they only bloom for 2 weeks, but if you get a hard rain, now they've only bloomed for like a week and they're gone. So
Exactly. You know, it's really crazy. In the springtime, there really is nothing quite as enchanting as seeing the azaleas in bloom. I know one of my favorite gardens here in Pennsylvania called Winterthur, they have devoted an entire section of their garden to azaleas.
Yeah.
And this is an area of their garden. It blooms for about 10 days, and then it's nothing for the rest of the year. But they do it because the azaleas are so beautiful. Now imagine you can enjoy that same intense beauty in the springtime with your azaleas, but then again in the summertime and in the fall. And if you live in the warm climates, you can even go through the winter time as well.
Yeah.
Down in where your mom lives, she would probably be able to have flowers almost all year round.
Well, guess who I called before I came to work? Mom. You need to order
Good.
these azaleas because I don't know that they're going to be around tomorrow if you want to come back and get them then. We don't have a lot of these to go around. There's a lot of people on the lines. We have 1,700 orders now placed. A lot of you are getting multiples like I did.
Good.
I just think these are outstanding. And again, they are like a double fluffy petal. So,
yeah.
I mean, all azaleas are fluffy. But these have twice as many petals, so they look amazing.
Yes, and another thing that I really want to mention is a lot of people have gotten, tired, or they don't want to grow the azaleas or rhododendron. Azalea is technically a type of rhododendron because they don't think they have the right soil. A lot of rhododendrons and azaleas, they need that acidic soil. These ones don't care about your soil.
Okay.
So even my family in Indiana, where we could never grow azaleas before, now they can grow one. And it's not just any azalea. This is an azalea that blooms repeatedly throughout the year in these beautiful soft pink double flowers.
So here's what you can expect. They're going to bloom in the spring like all azaleas do. And if you mix them in with your other azaleas, you're going to see that everything, eventually the blooms are going to fade and you're going to have a lot of green. But what happens with these is pretty soon here comes more blooms. A couple of weeks later, now here comes more flowers on these azaleas, whereas the other ones, you're not going to see flowers again till next spring. And then they take another little break, and then here comes some more flowers in the fall. That's crazy. I love it.
It's really amazing. And the fact that we're shipping a large 1-gallon pot right to your door free of charge, you should really consider getting a few of these. You're not going to find these Perfecto Mundos at your garden centers or your nurseries yet. Not for a few years. Like I was saying with the Wheels of Wonder ice plant, we work directly with the people that create them. So we are at the front of that food chain. We are the first people to be introducing them. They are some of the very best azaleas that you can grow. And the fact that these are only about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, you can plant them on your foundations, which is a classic way to plant an azalea. Plant them at the front of your garden, along the edges. You can also plant these in more of a woodland setting because they only really need morning sunlight or afternoon sunlight. They don't need the full day.
Yeah.
And they're such a forgiving plant.
Well, I can't wait to get mine. So here's an update. We brought in 4,000, brand new. That's all we can get. There's 1,100 left for the season. Of that 1,100, there's pretty much at least 500 spoken for because that's how many people are on the phone right now. And some of those people are going to buy more than one. So I would not dilly-dally if you want these azaleas. There's not going to be many, if any, left at the end of the show. So please stay in the ordering process. There are 3 payments of $943. Get as many as you think you will love to plant around your property. And they will, by the way, look outstanding with those hydrangeas. I didn't get a chance to put them together because the pot was too heavy, but they will look amazing together. Our garden guide continues till midnight. We've got everything in the garden and outdoor living departments on sale today. Everything. Do we have any Today Special Values left? Just a smidgelet. Those Bright Ease new kind of solar lights were so popular today. They can sit flat, they can hang, or you can stake them. You can do whatever you'd like, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I got mine earlier, and I know a lot of you did too, but if you haven't seen them yet today, quickly go to .com and grab yours. Everything's on sale in the garden.